Now, we're on the clock with 1 minute per topic, the following headlines of the week. We'll start with a topic we've been following here. Attorney General Gary King has joined a lawsuit to stop the Valley Meat Company in Roswell from opening a commercial horse slaughterhouse, citing fears the horses may be treated with drugs unsafe for human consumption in any amount, and requesting the USDA be ordered to conduct a thorough environmental review. Tom, let's start with you. A wise move, speaking of politics, by the way, our Gary King, who's running for an office, a high office, has come out with this. I want to throw in the fact that Robert Redford and our ex-Governor Richardson have thrown in on this too, with starting a group to oppose this. Yeah. Who has the momentum here? Does this alter the landscape here appreciably?
I don't think it reinforces an existing landscape. Okay. That public opinion that is against Valley Meats pursuing this line of production. Mm-hmm. So, from a business perspective, it's all about process, and I think you have government who's trying to insert themselves into a process. So I'm not a fan of that. Mm-hmm. But this is the West. It's New Mexico. We've talked about it before. Maybe not now is the best time.
Sure. What does this do for opinion out there when you heard this?
Well, I think this helps bring attention to the issue. I think that's important, and both of them certainly are big names that will draw attention to the issue. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about Richardson and Redford, but Gary King jumping in, I think there's definitely a legal precedent there for him to jump in.
Sure.
There needs to be a full environmental review of the process, but it's not a partisan issue. Susana Martinez has also come out against that.
Okay, we got about 10 seconds, Doc. What do you think of this?
What they're saying, it's going to be a controversial situation, but I think I'm on the side of Governor Richardson and Redford and Attorney General.
Yeah.
We're going to kill horses, and then send the meat out of the country.
That's right.
And we're not going to eat it here in our country.
There you go.
Something's wrong with that.
There you go. The video is disturbing. You might have seen this. A 57-year-old diabetic woman suffering from a dangerously low blood sugar episode is mistaken for being drunk, pulled from her car, forced onto the pavement by a Santa Fe sheriff's deputy after a minor traffic accident. Dr. Bailey, when you watch the video, and I have to confess, I could not watch the whole video. I could not do it. After she was handcuffed on the ground on a hot day, for a minute, it just drove me crazy.
I watched
it
one time, but I couldn't watch it after that. I mean, it was appalling for those law enforcement agents to treat her that way.
Yeah.
And just to leave her on the pavement, hot pavement, for that length of time. She wasn't moving. Obviously, something was wrong.
That's what it seemed to me.
So,
yeah. And when you see the video, she's being pulled out of the car because she has no physical capacity to do so. Why does she need to be handcuffed at that point?
That's exactly right. I just thought better training of these officers. My God, she did not need to be incapacitated. She was incapacitated.
Exactly.
Very upsetting.
That was upsetting for sure. What did you think when you saw it?
It was very hard to watch. I think that anybody who has family members who have diabetic issues or have epileptic issues or anything like that, I think it's really hard. And you can easily relate to something like that happening. And I think
we've all had low blood sugar moments. You're not quite yourself in a horrible time like that. Tom, for you, your reaction?
It's unfortunate. I mean, it's I think that I agree with what's been said around the table. It increase opportunity for improvement.
That's right. With the rate of diabetes in our state, you'd think training that would be part of it, because that's not an uncommon situation. Now, friends, subscribers, and advertisers of the Raton Range received a very sobering message last Friday. Overwhelming costs forced the publisher Paula Murphy to close the newspaper down. She is still optimistic that the 11th hour deal, she might be able to resurrect the Range, Laura, but what does it mean when a town like Raton does not have a fourth estate, a newspaper, to report on things going on in the community? What's the impact there when you think about it?
I think it's a big impact to that community. I mean, certainly just, they obviously have other news sources, statewide news sources, online news sources, but having a local newspaper really sheds light on the community, and I think it brings community interest together, and that's a disappointment. But, hopefully there'll be something else or some sort of transition to online media for them.
That's right.
Big challenge because connectivity is not as prevalent in the eastern or rural parts of the state.
That's right.
I know that there's a major financier out of Nebraska who tends to be buying up local community newspapers. I don't know if the Raton Range is going to be in that as well, but it really gets into how do you share information in rural New Mexico.
That's right. Doc, your thought on that one?
I just think something has to be done if the community and business people come together to make this paper work. I mean, because information needs to go out to the community, so something needs to happen. happen.
That's right.
It's been in for an extended period of time. Let's make something happen.
Interesting.
And I think it's related to economic development. The businesses, they don't have enough money to advertise in the newspaper, and so the community doesn't have the economic resources to support it. So I think it's all connected.
Interesting there. There's been another celebrity sighting in New Mexico, but this time it's not Johnny Depp or Charlize Theron. A bird called the rufous-necked wood-rail made his way, or her way, who knows, somewhere in Central or South America and is hanging out at New Mexico's own Bosque del Apache to star in the first sighting of its kind here in the United States. It's an amazing thing. I'm not even a birder, and I'm exciting. People have been flying all over the U.S., Tom. It's just an amazing thing. They're doing boffo business down there from this bird. It's incredible how people are coming from all over the world. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's a great classic New Mexico True video or picture, so definitely get that in before the contest closes.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm amazed. I mean, I'm not really into birds unless they're scenic, to me. But
I'm with you on that one. You mentioned economic development, ecotourism earlier.
Huge for Socorro, and it has really been a boon for that area, from not just out of state but all around the country. I was in DC last week and somebody brought this up to me.
Seriously?
And mentioned it, about something they had heard about, and they weren't necessarily hardcore birders, but they were definitely aware of it. So I think it's a huge potential there.
How cool, Doc.
Even the birds know how good of a place New Mexico is. They know it's the land of enchantment. So
Well done, well done.
I'm worried that the bird is lost, and what's going to happen to that poor bird. That was great for this state. It was really great for the state, and I was happy to see it.
Good for Bosque del Apache. Antoinette, good to see you again. Dr. Bailey, it'll be not another 5 years before you come back, I promise. Tom, Laura, everyone, thank you very much. Thanks for spending this hour with us. We love hearing from you as we plan our shows. Social media is the best way to do that. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Just search New Mexico in Focus. You can also find old shows and bonus interviews on our YouTube channel or on NewMexicoInFocus.org. I'm Gene Grant. We'll see you next week in Focus.